So I'm making a very quick presentation to give back to Felicio. And the reason why is he's going to be onboarding with us starting next week. He has been working with Sam for about a month now. Is that right, Felicio?
About a month.
Yeah. And you see the future features that we put into the system. So you're going to be coming in to work with us more direct here, and I think we're going to absolutely crank it up hard here next couple of weeks. And here's why. One is ENS. What do? We really do actually emergency notification signage. So we're the recommended signage for one of the largest emergency notification systems in the US. We built software called SAM, and so it's not me saying it. What do you think of SAM? Is it pretty intuitive, Felicio, as a graphic designer to learn?
Definitely. It's definitely a tool that I think most creative agencies need. Um, honestly, if you don't have it, you're going to get it, or you're going to get something like it, because of the capabilities of what you're able to do. We literally showed this to a salesperson in LA,
Yeah.
and he came up here to do some sales,
Yeah.
and for Craig, and I said, hey man, I got this thing called the Sam stick. He said, what's that? I say it's a basically a dongle that goes into your HDMI input, and then we can control any screen from wherever we are, as long as it's hooked up to its own ENS or to a Wi-Fi server. And he goes,
Mhm.
no shit. And I go, yeah, and I show it to him, and then
Mhm.
Craig goes, oh yeah, show him the interface, and show him the interface and how it works and all that. And I thought to myself, like, no, I'll show you what it does, and then you can get on board it and sell this too, so that we can
Mhm.
have a bigger team. But like for me, it's like I want to see this thing do what it does. I have an idea and a vision for how we can do this and make it effective before someone comes in and just starts to water it down and just says, oh yeah, it's just like this. And come on, this is, to me, it's a technology that I'm on the cutting edge of, whereas they want to go use a technology that's already been around, and people have done whatever they've done to it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and
So
that's the cool part about Sam for me, is one of the team members internal, is that it's never done. It's never going to be perfect. There's always going to be some new tweak, right, Arby? Right, Rolly, you're seeing that live, right? And
yeah.
it's what's great about Sam is that it's been through the ringer. It's years and years and years of running in mission critical locations where I like the saying, it's really easy to build something complicated. It's really complicated to take something that's complicated and make it easy. And that's really the purpose here, is that these things are time tested. You can drop them somewhere, remote control them from anywhere, and learn the system, the basics within what? Were you like 20 minutes? You were in there,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom. You learned the system like you
Hmm.
were one of the fastest learns I've ever seen in the system. So the downside, though, I mean, this is great when we have thousands and thousands of locations running this equipment. The one downside is that we do have to have the location know what their own network is, their own password, username and password. And sometimes we do nationwide rollouts, and the location doesn't even know their own network. Somebody comes in, changes the Wi-Fi password, and they don't want to deal with it. So that's why this equipment here that Peter said, Peter, right?
Hmm.
He has these pieces of equipment in Las Vegas. It's a game changer because now you truly could drop ship this to 1,000 LED trucks across the country. You could do that, an entire rollout in like a week, because we drop ship out of Miami, and we've got the full ramp up on the equipment already for doing thousands of locations. And so this equipment here is what I think I need to next get into your hands. Okay?
Yeah.
Because you now know, Sam, I need you to see the simplicity of this, why we built it. We built it for us because most of our trouble tickets, right, Artie? Right? You want to unmute for a second, man?
Yep.
Most of our trouble tickets are other people's networking issues, right?
Oh, okay.
Right? And the trucks are different. If you're doing a rollout of thousands of LED trucks, or you know the trailers, what have you, the biggest problem at the client level is going to be internet connectivity, and this solves that problem. Okay, yeah, and these guys have seen it. They're like, wow, that was so easy. So anyway, I won't get into how we do it, but I'll just say that clients for years have taken me to the outside of their buildings and have said, hey, I want the client at this distance away to have something that is big enough that they can see my message. And I've turned them away because it's not easy to engineer an outdoor bright LED screen. At least it wasn't until recently. They were really
Right.
clunky,
They
in my
were
opinion.
very, very much so.
So this equipment here is boxed, ready to ship, and we are getting the first orders this week, right, Arby? Right, Lily? You're
Yep.
seeing it happen live, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got university orders, we got sports orders, and the reason why is not because of the complexity of the pin, because of the simplicity. You take a pin on these special spots, go pin, 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 and oh, look, there's the frame on the right. So that frame is cast aluminum, and we've tested the heck out of this equipment. We tested it ourselves for a year before signing off on this project. Okay. The back of everything is made to be outdoors. So this equipment, you could put it out on your back lawn in the pouring down rain for 6 months, walk back out there, pick it up, and it wouldn't care. Okay.
Hmm.
So everything is enclosed within cast aluminum, and it's put together that here's what happened with me. I actually blew up a bunch of these little lights. Okay. How did I blow up a bunch of lights? I ran this down a logging road and I got chips of gravel from the logging trucks. That's
Hmm.
how hard they have used this equipment. I drove it across parts of Mexico on a Jeep. Like I beat the crap out of this equipment. Anyhow, so I needed to swap out the front of the panel, right? Which normally you need a technician, and you deal with those guys. You deal with technicians all day that
Yeah.
they make this stuff so only they know how to service it. Got it?
Right. Because they got to keep their job.
They give the job. Here's how these panels differ. If you wanted to service this thing yourself tomorrow, let's backtrack. First thing you do is go up to the panel, go pin, 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 and that would come off of the frame that was on the side of the wall. Okay. Once you have that in your hands, what you would do is just grab an Allen key, pop these out. Underneath it is a gasket, just like you'd have on a car
Hmm.
or a motor. So you just pop this off. And guess what? Everything inside, you can pop it out, pop a new one in, put everything back on, and away you go.
So just pop in a new front screen and that's it.
Pop in a new front, you're done. I was doing it myself, knowing nothing on the technical side, right?
Hmm.
And what we're going to do is make that even easier. If somebody wants to do it, they could do it themselves. But the reason these panels, why they're designed like this with this width and height, by the way, it's about 10 inches, about 8 inches, okay, is that you can put it in the courier.
Hmm.
You can put this in a regular courier bag and send it back to us, and we can send off the box replacement.
Sure could.
Got it?
Right.
Right now, if you wanted to service one of your installations right now, imagine what would happen. You have to have a technician go on site, right?
Well, yeah. Well, it's kind of the same way because when we were at the last event, one of the LEDs were shorting out. It was like going out at the bottom, and we
Yeah.
could reach it. We could reach it. So we went in there and then we popped out it's a back service though. It's not a front service screen. So we had to
Yes.
pop off the back and then basically wiggle the wires around and it came back on. But and
Yeah.
exactly that. Front loading
Mhm.
screens are way easier to manufacture or not manufacture but to service because front loading. And see, this is what we sell it for extra is a front loading screen. P3 is like the highest quality other than like a P1 P2, but then you're looking at that's a lot more expensive. But to have like a 4x3 or a 4x4 or a 3x3 of something, of that capacity where people can just plug and play and run it. That is what is needed to take over right now, because people are buying LED walls. Like if I like right now I have a 65-inch TV, but I would rather have a 50-inch or not a 50, but a 4x4 foot LED wall. You know, that would be a lot. That would be doper. It would be a lot more. Like even if I had just had that situation right there set up on a mobile trailer that I can pull on my car and pull up to places, and that can be a screen that we use for advertisement. That still is viable here in Las Vegas. Now we can't pull trailers and drive at the same time in Las Vegas, but we can definitely pull like we can park and make it so that we still can park and do things with it. You see what I'm saying? Like we can park and do things with it. We just can't pull it. Like you can't pull a trailer on the back of your truck. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely.
Around Vegas, but you can park it anywhere. You can pull it with it off and then park it and do whatever you want with it. And as long as we can, right now, we're having a hard time with plugging in. I went to plug in a video game the other day because I wanted to start doing video game campaigns and mobile video game tournaments, stuff like that. And we pulled over and we tried it out on the truck and tried to plug the HDMI into the controller. Couldn't get it to work. And we were like, oh, wow, we can't get the thing to even turn on. So we're like, well, if I had a screen like this, that it takes HDMI in, and I wanted to do a video game campaign with an Xbox or PS5, it would be easy because it's just one screen. It's just plugging in and making it on a huge screen. And now wherever I am is now a video game tournament, competition, whatever we're doing, you know. Or if people want to do watch parties and they just need a big screen to do a watch party, or if they want to do you know, a big advertisement board for just for whatever's happening at an event, like it, and this is a cheaper option than trying to bring out a whole truck because this plugs into your wall.
Then that's the thing. So let's look at the size of this again, okay? Where if we did two across, because these cost about $400 US a piece, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 times 4 is 24. Plus you need the control box and the computer that's going to run it, right? So that's another $500. So 24, 600 bucks, 24, so 3. Okay, so you can get this out the door to the customer for $3,000. I don't know of any other solution out there that even comes close in price range, durability, quality, manufacturing. There's lots of more high-end things that are more complicated, and other be professional, super high-end techie guys that literally fly over from China to put all the LEDs together and stuff. I'm sure you've seen, right?
I have.
But this is elegant. This is, here's a starter package to start with a square. Once you're done with that size of a square, then order up another box, and then you've got your other 6 panels, right? And there you go. And if you want more, order your next round of 6 panels. Make sense? You could airship over 3 boxes and have a billboard size screen in your backyard within about 4 days.
What in about 4 days? You said 4 days?
4 or 5 days, yeah.
Dude, that's something we can sell over and over again, and that's what we need.